Hey guys, and welcome. It's Crime Plays Ori in the World of Wisps.
Cry made 8,000 subscribers. Oh, you have to make a new The Numbers video.
What? You've reached 100,000 too quickly, my friend. So quickly. First things first. Shut the fuck up.
You hear Cry got
2 million!
subscribers? Who?
I was never able to be genuine with people anymore after the fact that I cheated on my girlfriend with people who I didn't realize were even underage in the first place.
Once known as the faceless YouTuber with the golden voice, Cryaotic was a rising star in the golden era of Let's Plays. But behind the comforting voice, something darker was unfolding. And when he finally did reveal the truth, it was worse than anyone could have ever imagined. This is the tragic downfall of Cryaotic. Cryaotic started his channel in 2006 under the name Chaotic Monkey. But despite joining YouTube in its infancy, he wouldn't begin uploading consistently until 2010. Back in the early days, his main content was classic Let's Plays, but what set Cry apart was his voice. His calm and deep voice quickly gained him subscribers, and when he teamed up with PewDiePie in the iconic Deadly Brofists Bloody Trapland collab, his channel would know a massive boost. In a time when PewDiePie was becoming a household name, Cryaotic's presence as the chill, anonymous counterpart only added to his allure.
Again. Son of a bitch, bro. Thought you were on my side.
Let's go.
It's like, how would you? I would describe this as don't jump. Cry says don't jump.
This is really gory Mario.
By 2012, Cry had already hit 100,000 subscribers, a massive milestone for the time.
Can I clone? Whoa, what? You've reached 100,000 too quickly, my friend. So quickly. In fact, I did not have time to finish this shit. So, in my stead, I invite you to make a speech. Yes, a speech. A speech dedicated to all those people who have lost their lives viewing your silliness. Honor their memory. Make it good, douche.
But behind the scenes, the cracks had already begun to form. In 2013, Cry introduced a new segment on his channel, Cry Talks. These videos were a rare glimpse behind the curtain, offering fans insight into his mental state. But rather than being uplifting or casual updates, they were filled with confusion, frustration, and despair.
No, I don't fucking care anymore. I'm sorry you feel lesser of me as a person because I can't respond to your emails. There are way too many people to humanly respond to, and if I don't respond to a few of them, they get royally pissed off and start a riot. Fuck that! I apologize for being one fucking person who has flaws of his own. There, it's done. Just fucking hell.
In one particularly jarring description, Cry wrote, "I just want to say I didn't start YouTube to be in my position today, to have the eyes of hundreds of thousands of people on me, wanting me to walk the walk and be some kind of e-celebrity bullshit. I started because I like video games, not to be some kind of amazing entertainer who is able to be awesome at PR and make everyone happy. I'm not that person." It was clear that Cryaotic wasn't comfortable with fame, and this internal conflict would continue to grow over the next several years. In another video titled Cry Talks Change of Seasons, he spoke about pivoting away from traditional Let's Plays as the format began to lose popularity.
That's cool and all, but there comes a time in every young man's life where he's not a young man anymore, and he wants to do different things. You know, he wants to get out of that rut, that hole that he's dug himself in, that little nook where he doesn't want to just be stagnant. I think this a really good way to describe this is when he remains stagnant, the waters start to develop moss. And moss is gross. Moss is pretty gnarly. No one wants moss. And it's just not really exciting, I guess you could say.
In 2018, Cryaotic disappeared from YouTube for 6 months. Fans were concerned, but Cry eventually returned with a statement that painted a bleak picture. "Brains are hard, man. I've been dealing with an insane amount of mental health struggles over the past few years that have finally boiled over and just kind of made things hard to keep going smoothly. Be it from self-confidence in my own performance, the numerous personal family issues I can't talk about, thoughts racing to unimportant issues throughout the day, down to my issues of codependency. But fortunately, He also revealed he was seeking professional help. For a while, things seemed stable. Between 2018 and 2020, Cry continued uploading sporadically, but the spark was gone. Then, in early 2020, he vanished again, but this time, it was just another mental health break. This time, the truth was far darker. On June 20th, 2020, Cry uploaded a new Cry Talks video titled "We Stopped Being Genuine a Long Time Ago." At first, it seemed like just another introspective piece, but then Cry would drop a bombshell that ended his entire career.
When I was younger, I started this YouTube because I didn't really have a purpose in life. I needed something to give me some kind of purpose. I didn't have any actual confidence. I got my confidence from people telling me, "Man, you're great." I was immature. Also, doing this, I had never really left my room for so long. I'd grown so much that I didn't realize I was a fucking adult, but I was mentally a child. That is not an excuse, for the record. I've always felt disingenuine because I was never open with people about things, because I was always hiding things. I was never able to be genuine with people anymore after the fact that I cheated on my girlfriend with people who I didn't realize were even underage in the first place. So yes, I'm sorry. But I promise you I'm not that same fucking person anymore. And I resent that person who I was. And I'm sorry that I was hiding who I was this whole time.
As this segment of the video was only a small part of it, it shocked his audience as hard as you can imagine. He once again gave additional information in the description. No, I was never with anyone underage on a physical level. It was all online. But this doesn't diminish the act. I just know this matters to those who are concerned. He would promise his fans a more in-depth explanation about the situation, but apart from that video, the channel became completely abandoned. Multiple individuals, including minors, accused Cryaotic of emotionally manipulative online relationships. One victim stated that Cry had initiated contact when she was just 16 and that the online relationship dragged on for years, well into her adulthood, leaving emotional scars she's still dealing with today, and soon others came forward. By the end of the month, 19 people had accused Cryaotic of inappropriate online behavior. Screenshots surfaced and DMs were leaked, but Cry, he went silent. Before going fully offline, Cry promised his fans a complete video explaining everything. But as I said, that video never came. His Twitch account was banned, and his Twitter hasn't been touched since June 22nd, 2020. At one point, Cryaotic was seen as one of the most beloved faceless YouTubers of all time. But his downfall proved that anonymity is not a shield from accountability. What started as a quiet, mysterious voice in the night ended in silence. And sadly, it's likely that we'll never hear from Cryaotic ever again.